Much of my filmmaking is of a run-and-gun nature. It's necessary to be ready to shoot at a moment's notice, otherwise you risk losing that elusive shot. The startup time of my Canon G30 camcorder was quite long. I overcame this by leaving the power on constantly. As the batteries had a life of around 120 minutes, this wasn't a problem, but I did acquire a good selection of spares. My latest 4K camcorder uses the same batteries as the G30, but they only last for around 40 minutes. I decided to look for something to give me longer availability. This is what I came up with using the V-mount carrier system. The initial things we have are two Sony f750 battery packs. These are the 5000 mAh ones. You can get them bigger, you can get them smaller. These are the connections at the end. Just a pure battery pack, very common. And I bought a couple of them for this application. The other thing that I bought is this is a battery mounting plate. You can see these are the connections here, which I pointed out on the batteries, and when you insert the batteries there's a test device which I'll show in a moment. On the back you can see the V mount, so letter V. This is the principle of the V mount system. So turning that over, oh sorry, one more thing, there's the D tap, it's so called because it's shaped like a letter D, and that is a connection. Just show you how the batteries go in. Look for the two connectors there. That's clicked in, you hear it click positively, and we do the other one at the bottom. That's clicked in. Inside you can possibly see where my thumb is, there's a button there. There's a button at the bottom, you press those to remove the batteries. Put that over on one side. It could be that we want to use the battery pack there on a tripod, so they make V-mount clamps. This is one there, you can see that. That is to fasten around a tripod leg or a monopod leg if you so wish. And on this side you can see the V mount, the letter V again. There's a button here, and this is how you detach the V mounts. You can see the peg going in there, hopefully. There you go. Goes in and out. That you would attach to the tripod leg, be a V, not the other way up, and the corresponding V on the battery pack that we got clicks in, and there you have it. That is all assembled. So that would clamp onto a tripod leg if you wanted to use that. Go back now, just I mentioned earlier about the check. I'll show you here. If I press the check button, four lights come on. That shows we've got full batteries. They do go down one at a time as you're using them. Is the standard battery. In this instance it's a genuine Canon BP828, I think it is. So that's the standard battery that's used on the Canon. Now the dummy battery is to take a feed from the two batteries we put on the V-mount, and that's the dummy one, and as you'll see it's got the same dimensions as the original, but in this instance it has a cable coming out, coming to a D-tap. You can see the D-tap here, known as a D-tap because it looks like a capital letter D, and that is the feed from the battery pack into the dummy battery. So we'll see where that goes then. I've got in my hand the dummy battery, and at that end is the D-tap connector. The battery goes on the underside of the dummy battery, and that's it, clicked in just like a standard battery. The D-tap end of the cable goes into the corresponding part of the battery pack, and that's in, and that's all that's connecting the camera to the V-mount battery pack. The batteries are showing still 4 bars, and what I'm going to do now, just open that and we'll switch on. It's still going to take the same amount of time to fire up. But the beauty is now I can leave it switched on all the time to do run and gun for filming subjects that require that kind of thing, or ones where you don't know when they're going to pop the head out, which is natural history. Hope that is of interest to people, how to make a mobile long-running battery pack. I got one of the battery mounting, a backing plate they call it. Here you see there's the V mount system. Over here is the button for the V mount, so watching that, that releases when you put something in there. But on the other side, what I did with this mounting plate, I fastened 3 pieces of aluminium stripped together. You just have to use your own ingenuity. It could be done with wood, but it might be a bit chunky. But 3 bits of aluminium, and they're fastened together in a T. But what happens in the middle, there's a slot through there because of the way I've made them. And what we can do with that is pass a belt through there, so you could wear it on your belt. And you see, the belt has gone through. The V is facing downwards, so I'll just retrieve these from here, taking the tripod clamp off. What I have now is the original battery pack, and I can mount that onto that, and there we have it. The batteries are on the belt, and you can wander around at your heart's content.